As we know, today is also Media Day. Sergio Perez did have something to say. And before we get into the actual race proper, I just wanted to share it with you. I thought it was quite interesting. This is from Sky's David Croft asking him a question. David Croft asking Sergio Perez a question about his future.
Echo, but what you're saying here today makes me feel that in your mind, the stats are misleading because of what you have or haven't been able to do with the car. Are you saying that there's absolutely no question that you shouldn't be driving next season?
So what he's saying is Sergio Perez has suggested already that the stats are misleading and he should be driving next year. And he has every confidence, as does his father, that he's going to be driving next year.
And that you have a contract and you should be with Red Bull and they should look beyond the stats, as it were, and maybe at the data a bit more.
I think, I mean, at the end of the day, the team has all the information. There is so much I can say here. At the end of the day, the team has all the information.
I mean, that's the thing. The interesting thing is, at the end of the day, the team have all the information. What exactly does that mean? I mean, he's saying that with an air of confidence, saying they've got all the information, they know how fast I am. So, does that mean he has arguably had the worst luck in the world? Possible. Does that mean they know how fast he is, and he just doesn't have the same car as Max Verstappen? Possible too. He surely doesn't mean they have all the information and they know how slow I am, because he wouldn't be saying that then, surely.
There's a reason why we extended my contract during the year, and
there is a reason why. A lot of people have suggested it is the moolah, the money is why he extended his contract. I mean, let's be fair. On face value, as the viewer of Formula One sees it, it's most certainly not his ability to get around a track fast at the moment, is it?
At the end of the day, the team has, everything, and we exactly know where we are.
So he says he knows where we are. That's also interesting. He knows where we are. Once again, indicating kind of like an air of confidence in relation to, I know where I am.
In terms of performance, in terms of issues, difficulties that we've had, we are a team and we know exactly internally where everything stands. So we're working really hard as a team to come through and get back into a much better season than the one that we just had.
If Christian Horner decides...
So when he says a much better season than the one we just had, he's obviously saying, he's pretty much fairly confident he's going to be here next year. Not if you believe Helmut Marko, of course, who has strongly suggested, let's say, that Sergio Perez is going to be there next year. Is arguably not going to be the case, particularly when you've got a Liam Lawson, a Yuki Tsunoda in the wings, Franco Colapinto in the wings. But with Franco Colapinto, it would appear that opinions have cooled somewhat on Franco Colapinto, simply because his whoops-a-daisy crash in Brazil. Okay, it was wet, but then again in Las Vegas as well, the one time you didn't want to do anything. So it's going to be really interesting, these next two races for Colapinto, where he comes out, and that's going to maybe have a massive effect on what happens with Sergio Perez.
You're not the driver he wants for the senior team next year. Does your contract say you could drive for RB, or is it the Red Bull team or nothing, and will you be holding the team to that contract?
So he's asking, are you going to be holding the team to the contract, or does that contract mean you could go in the sister team, the Racing Bulls RB, V-Carb, whatever you want to call it? That's what Crofty's asked. He's been quite brave, to be fair. I think it's quite an interesting question.
If that decision's made.
I don't speak. I've been 14 years in the sport, and I don't speak about my contracts publicly.
No one speaks about their contracts publicly, I guess. But you just sound a bit defensive.
So I will not comment on that. I know exactly where I am, and I will not speak about it publicly.
Okay, so he's not going to speak about it publicly. Fair enough. I mean, you can't. Okay, fair enough there. But that's pretty much.